Edward Laos. Welcome to Travel Talk, filmed at the Peachtree Rose Marketing Studios and hosted by the hotel guide publisher, Edward Laos.
Good afternoon, everybody. Edward Laos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and your host of Travel Talk. Really excited about today's episode. I've got one of my dear friends, just one of the coolest guys in the world, great heart. And the ironic thing is we've never met in person. And which makes this even better because we've been connected for several years now with his company and who he is. But Adam, it's great to have you on the show again.
Well, thank you, Edward. Appreciate the invitation. Great to be back here. I think this is the third time I've been on the program, and every time it's a lot of fun. But yeah, as you said, we've never met in person. Now, I do think we need to fix that. When I get out your way or you get over my way, we need to fix that for sure. But it is interesting, this world we live in now, this connection with the world, with people around the world. It's a lot to keep up with sometimes, but it is actually wonderful. When used, we can take advantage of it. We meet so many people and we get to know them. The world has changed, Edward, and I think in some ways for the better.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny because we were talking offline about connectivity and where you are, and so I'm in Texas, and so you are in
Kenya. So I'm in Nairobi, and headquarters for my company, for Rugged Compass, headquarters are actually in Atlanta, but I'm on assignment here in Nairobi. I've been working on some video projects, and for those who don't know me or haven't followed what I do, my heart and passion is really humanitarian work and showcasing the humanitarian groups and the people, the humanitarians themselves, showcasing what they do, the people they're helping, the difference they're making, and telling those stories is what drives me. And it's also what drives me to travel and to get to go to interesting places. And Kenya is a wonderful place. And Nairobi is a great place. I've learned a lot during my time here, and I've met some really wonderful people.
Now, I could imagine, like I said, we were talking offline, and I know a lot about your story, and it's really good to engage with our readers and our listeners with what you're doing. And there's so much happening. You got Rugged Compass that you've kind of overseen. And I know you've added on some new things, talking about humanitarianism and basically being intentional, not just in when you travel, but when you go in someplace, about maybe even being a part of that community and helping out. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on with Rugged Compass and some of the expansion that you have going on. And maybe we can talk a little bit about some of the alignment that we have through the Hotel Guide and how going into 2026, we got some big things on tap.
We do. You're pretty busy. I'm pretty busy. And, we've always hit it off. We have a great friendship, Edward, and I've appreciated your support and friendship through the years. Yes, a lot of people might first remember me or recognize me from The Edge of Adventure, which is a podcast that showcases humanitarian organizations. There's also a film by the same name, The Edge of Adventure, that you would be able to find on Apple, Prime, Tubi, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's kept me busy throughout the last few years. But you use the word intentional, and I have wanted to be very intentional about providing opportunities for humanitarian groups to get their story out to new people. And that is what Humanitarian News Feed.com is dedicated to doing. And it allows me and my team to showcase particular organizations and news that we find particularly inspiring, and then to share it and then distribute it out over social media. And then we're just watching the followings grow and the people respond to it. But it just, I guess it boils down to the inspiration that I personally derive, my own personal inspiration that comes from watching what these humanitarian groups are doing and the difference they're making. And I'm inspired by it. So I look for these ways to inspire others by sharing those stories.
No, I think that's important. And I think the fact that we're able to align our companies, I think, is rather impressive. I think nowadays in this world, sometimes people don't like to play nicely together. And I think when you're talking about travel and you're talking about humanitarianism, I think we know each other's hearts in terms of what people mean to us and giving back. I've always had, ever since I was a young kid, had this ability to that I loved giving back. And I think that's where our stuff aligns. And the fact that we can align our businesses and give back a little bit to the communities that we not only are featuring, but also showcase this to other potential people that want to be a part of it. And I love what you're doing in that respect, and how it's grown from the beginning.
Well, Edward, thank you. And one of the things I've always appreciated about you, you've got this remarkable publication, The Hotel Guide, and you're quite a very skilled networker. You talk about playing well with others. There are people who don't want to help somebody else or anybody else. They're very focused and perhaps selfish. I don't know if selfish is the right word, but they're very focused on what they think is going to be best for their brand or their company. But I think in today's world, there's lots of great things happening, and as we help each other, I think a rising tide lifts all boats. And I think in our case, you're doing something which is extraordinary, and you do it very, very well. And then I'm over here doing something a little different. And what's good is to be able to help each other out. Um, and and I know what I've known about you now for years is that you care about people,
Mhm.
and that is, I think, probably at the root of why you and the Hotel Guide have chosen to partner with humanitariannewsfeed.com. And by the way, I need partners. I need these sponsors, folks like you, to come on board and help me make this possible. But you've done it because you see value in what I'm doing, and
Mhm.
you also care about people. So I think that's awesome. I think that's part of what makes you cool. But I also think that it's a part of what makes the brand, the Hotel Guide, special, is that in the space where you are talking travel, oftentimes luxury and amazing experiences and locations, and yet you have your own desire to not forget the people. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things about you that's pretty awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. In fact, I did not have to pay you for that endorsement at all, but I will take it. And I think I think for sure our companies just align in that respect. I love to, one of the things we're talking about, humanitariannewsfeed.com, but actually on the Hotel Guide, we're going to have the RSS feed on there. So people can go not only to your website, but they can also go to the Hotel Guide and be able to find what's going on in the world based on the humanitarian news feed that you're pulling together. How important is it for you to have those strategic partners to really get your message out there and accomplish what you want to do?
I think it's very important. And that, yes, it's super exciting that on your platform, on thehotelguide.com, people will be there, perhaps most likely to explore uh, great travel experiences and locations, and to learn and to
Yeah.
dream, and then also to plan their next amazing vacation and trip. And the Hotel Guide is um, such a powerful resource for that. And then, yeah, our partnership is designed then to make it easy. So while on your site, there also someone would be able to see sort of a short list. Like you said, it's the RSS feed, but what that means is that it's going to be just sort of headlines on your. You'll see the headline, you'll see the link, and you can click to it,
Yeah.
and then pop over to humanitariannewsfeed.com and connect with the story. And so that's wonderful. And of course, if you go right now to humanitariannewsfeed.com, you don't have to, you just scroll down barely at all, and you'll see thehotelguide.com, your logo and link, and just as I proudly showcase the fact that that you guys are on board for what we're doing. So thank you for that, and
Oh, you're
invite
welcome.
everybody to not only check out my website and the different platforms that we work on there, but of course, if you follow this channel, you have an appreciation for thehotelguide.com.
No, and I appreciate that endorsement as well. It just seems like we've just got synergy going on here. So as we're ending 2025 and going into 2026, what are some of the things that you think are on tap for not just Rugged Compass, but humanitariannewsfeed.com that you want to try and accomplish beyond the sponsorships and stuff like that? But what are some of your things that maybe some people on this broadcast could even maybe help with?
Well, to that point, if anyone wants to reach out, you'll find me on social media pretty much anywhere. You can go to adamasher.com, and that kind of points to all the different other all the different brands that we've got
Yeah.
going on, and you can find me there. Send me a message. I'd love to connect with you, and I'm just a believer in taking the call, meaning if someone's got an idea, if they feel like there's synergy with what we're doing, they like what we're doing, and they're doing something cool, then I'm going to take the call and see what might come of it. And so that's important. Sure, yeah, we want to get our sponsors on board. The humanitarian newsfeed.com is actually something we launched this year.
Mhm.
So it's, I think, 4.5, 5 months old. And in that amount of time, I'm super proud with the impact that it's had. And we're adding new humanitarian groups all the time. And we cover all sorts of news from any organization out there, but we do choose to feature certain humanitarian groups. And if you know of a humanitarian group that needs a little extra boost
Yeah.
in just visibility, talk to us, and we'd love to help. So, did you say 2026? What happened to 2025? I mean, is it?
It's gone. It's almost a blip on the radar. I can't believe we're more than halfway through October. I mean, we got a couple of months left, and I'm just like, this is insane.
Yeah,
This year has flown by.
it happens fast, and I for humanitarian news feed, I've got a few things that come to mind. I probably won't. Some of them I'm going to surprise you with. I think they'll be cool, but I'll tell you this much. I what I spend my time thinking about and trying to create are innovative ways,
Mhm.
entertaining ways, inspirational ways to communicate what these humanitarian groups are doing.
Yeah.
It's good for the humanitarian group. They need people to know their story. It's good for the people they're helping, because the more people know about what they're doing, and the more people invest and give, the more people are positively affected. But I also have a heart for the audience. And I think that the people watching, reading, listening, depending on uh, the platform, this news, this inspiration is important, because we need to be reminded that there is more than a routine, that we just got to get up and do the same thing we did yesterday. There is more to life than that. We have routines, we have responsibilities, but there's something else. There's some other things we can do that will require bravery. And I want to find and champion new ways to get that information out, and um, and those stories connected to people. So that's what's coming in 2026, and I intend to use technology to do it. That's what I'll say.
Well, I'm excited. I mean, I already know how you are. You're very aggressive in a positive way with getting messages out there, and everything you've done in the past has been just professional and on point. So I'm excited to see. I'm glad you didn't just tell us everything that was going to happen in 2026. I like to be surprised. And I knew you were going to probably do that and keep something up on your sleeve, but I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be great, actually. And I'm excited to be a part of it. So
Well,
it's just,
you know what they teach in film school. Not that I went to film school, but I know people who did, and they'll teach you questions are better than answers.
yeah,
So we'll leave some questions out there, but you gotta, I don't have it all figured out. I've never claimed to have it
yeah,
all figured out. I mean, there have been aspects of what we've done at Rugged Compass. Some of it has worked really well. Some of it we did for a while, and then we kind of started to reel it back in, saying, you know what, we thought it was a cool idea, but I don't know that the people care that much about this particular aspect of what
Yeah.
we were doing. So some things we've dialed back, and other things I think we're finding better ways to maximize what technology is, what people, what are the habits that people have, and how can you meet them and connect with them where they're at, and that's key. One of the great ways to do that is with podcasting. You're doing it. It's a very effective way,
Yeah.
not just in the long form, because you've got this nice long
Sure.
conversation that a few people will listen to, and that's wonderful. But it's also important to capitalize on the small segments and give people the bite-sized, sort of summary version of the things that were talked about. So you got to do more of that. I know you do, and those things are important. But again, I what drives me, it gets me excited, is thinking about people coming into contact with the amazing work happening around the world by humanitarian groups. And Humanitarian News Feed gives me the chance and the opportunity to help more than I was able to do
Yeah.
before. So part of the vision there.
No, that's awesome. And again, Adam, it's been a pleasure having you on our podcast today. I love what you're doing. We're honored to be a part of it, and we're excited about letting the world know more and more about what you have going on and all the great things. But again, Adam, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you. And thanks to everybody that's taken the time to listen. We appreciate you. And again, just very thankful for who you are, what you're doing, and just the fact that you let me be a part of it means a lot. Thank you, Edward.
Oh, perfect. You're welcome. To all of our listeners, readers out there, you know the drill. Follow us, subscribe, like thehotelguide.com. We will have all the information on Adam's company in our show notes, all his contacts as well. But we're really excited about what's going to happen for the rest of this year and on into 2026. As we like to say, travel, make memories, but not only make memories now. Let's make an impact in this world together. And let's look at what Adam's got going on. And let's see how we can all be a part of this to make this place a little bit better. Until next time, everybody, take care, and we'll talk soon.